Well, Christmas festivities are out of the way. Welcome to the weekend of this Winter Classic. We're starting off round number 3, and this one's a doozy. We've got 2 matches for you tonight, and well, it is a clash that could quite easily cause us some carnage in this tournament. As I just prepare it for you guys. This is men's division action, as we are starting to split up our bouts here in this tournament. Hopefully this one delivers as our last few have. So why don't we just get into our first matchup tonight. And this one, as I said, it's going to be epic. It's a Division 1 men's matchup. Strap on in. It's about to blow. Just like what Kesha says, this place about to blow. Oh, can't believe I just sang that. But anyway, let's get into Cleveland, Ohio's Rabbit Hole. Sounds quite wrong. The champ out first, looking to set the stage for tonight's action. We welcome you into the Rabbit Hole Arena. The American Nightmare, the undisputed IPW World Heavyweight Champion, ready for this one. The crowd serenading him as he prepares to unleash the whoa! And a boom.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
The Rabbit Hole favorable stage. 2 champions. Here is where Samoa Joe won and retained his Roman won the last man standing match to garner the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. A stage set for where carnage can happen. Well, these two, I don't expect to bring carnage. I certainly expect a technical masterpiece.
And his opponent from England, weighing in at 211 pounds, Zack Saban Jr.
Saber, a talented technical wrestler who last week, or earlier in this tournament in round 2, earned himself the first and only count-out victory so far in this tournament. Obviously, that resulted in a split of the points between him and Drew McIntyre. That certainly was a statement being made by Saber that he could potentially be the next champion in IPW. And I believe Solo Sikoa watched on eagerly with anticipation. Obviously, both men on his show. We could be seeing a championship matchup between the Zack Sabre and Drew McIntyre in the near distant future. Anyway, as this matchup starts off, Sabre taking early control. But to stomp in on the boot of Cody, catches it. And a big time kick to the back, setting him up. drags him down with a variant of a German suplex off the ropes. Rhodes fighting back, and to be honest, you look at both men. Sabre obviously well built, well versed in grappling, in limb manipulation. I have to say, Cody Rhodes has some similar elements of that if he utilizes them. He likes to obviously set up for that figure four if he wants to go for it. Obviously, in this situation, I think he's going to try to avoid grappling with Sabre. Never a pleasant position to be in. Sabre catching Rhodes. Divorce cord brings him down. Rhodes has to fight back up to his feet. You never want to be prone on your back against Sabre. The amount of contortion he can do as our referee getting involved in this one. Facebuster from Rhodes. Setting up this situation. And don't forget, tonight we have two big matches. One in the men's and one's in the women's. Where, while we could be seeing the final standings of Division 2 here in this one. Now, right now, looking at how this division has certainly stepped up, shaped up, we're going to see... Oh, tomorrow is how we finish off Division 2, I should say. Division 1, it will be in action later on tonight. Rhodes, big knee, busting open Sabre. My word. Now gonna load some shots. Trademark Dusty Rhodes, daddy. Boom! Bionic elbow connecting. Rhodes. Caught though. Sabre, no, can't catch Rhodes. Finally flattens him, but Rhodes quick on the reversing spree. Both men really not wanting to give an edge to the other, but Rhodes might have found it. Double underhook. Trying to maybe go pile driver. Caught though. Sabre unloads a lariat. Dropping Cody. The American Nightmare struggling as he gets double taken down. Palm strikes to the face. Armbar applied. Rhodes caught. Submission fought out of though. Rhodes survives that grueling position. And catching Sabre. Crossroads. From out of nowhere, spiked on his head goes Sabre. And that's the 3. Pardon my shock, my surprise. A quick kick out from Sabre is what I expected there. He realistically did not take too much punishment, but Rhodes clearly just hit him with all his might in that one. And Sabre could not respond. Well, not how I expected this match to end. But it's the ending we've got as Rhodes, undefeated in this tournament, heads up to 9 points. Joins a select few top seeds there.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
We'll see if someone else can match him in a couple of days' time. But for now, we've got one more match. Let's go to it. Well, we've opened up the rabbit hole as we finish or start round 3 in Division 1 of the women's bracket.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day. From Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
Liv, the former Ruby belt holder, well, she wants to regain that gold, regain her prized possession. But before she gets to that situation, before she gets a shot back at Nia Jax, the Winter Classic needs to conclude. And well, she's looking in an okay position here in Division number 1. As for this lady, the beautiful Madness currently dominating. Victories over her last 2 opponents.
And her opponent from Tokyo, Japan, the prestigious Pure Wrestling Champion,
Julia controlling this division, keeping the pressure on everyone involved. She's looking to clean sweep the competition, and this was not the lady I expected to be clean sweeping everyone. Victory over the undisputed Women's World Champ, Fallon Henley, as well as contender Alexa Bliss. Julia striking dominance into IPW's women's division and certainly showing why she deserves to be champion, why and how she beat Nia Jax to become this amethyst belt holder. Talking done. Let's get into the action. It's Liv Morgan. It's Julia. Both wearing similar attires, the black and the red on display here. So this is going to be a very nice matchup and could be a potential, not friendship, but partnership forming between these two. Liv off the ropes hits a nice enziguri to the side of the head. Obviously, one's a former champ, the current versus the current Amethyst champion. Both champions at the same time. So a little bit of respect there by both ladies as well. Pinfall attempt early here from Liv. Golden for the W, trying to just shut down Julia. Liv in her first bout in this tournament. Sorry, in her second bout in this tournament, faced off against Fallon frickin' Henley in a losing affair. In a rematch from Summer Lovin'. A matchup where I believe Liv Morgan won. Just taking a look at my notes here from the live event. Yes, Liv Morgan won that. And, well, this time, Fallon gets a bit of revenge. Obviously, there was an interjection from Rhea Bloody Ripley. Former challenger to, or both ladies. Liv versus Rhea happened in a Who's Your Mommy match as Morgan hits a massive senton off that top turnbuckle. Julia retreating to safety, escaping to the ropes. Morgan not going to slow down, keeps the pressure on. Big boots connect and dropping Julia to the outside. The count comes in now. As Julia gets back up, Morgan a little bit of taunting. Actually going to trade positions, and, well, that trade of positions still keeps Liv Morgan in control, maybe only for a little moment. Julia fighting back. Beautiful Madness sending Liv Morgan for a run and nice headbutt. And to be honest, you could describe both of these ladies as Beautiful Madness. Liv a certain type of crazy. Julia just insane with the offense. Liv eating some big shots here. Put against the ropes here by the Amethyst champion and dropped with a big boot to the stomach, to that sternum. As we said, both ladies really vying for position as that headbutt yet again utilized a great effect from Julia. Causes a separation, and off the rope she goes. Misses with the big boot. Liv avoids it and avoids a follow-up shot, but can't follow up this combination of offense. Saito suplex from Julia. Unloaded, but Liv back to her feet quickly, catching Julia up and around she goes, and she's going to drive her into the mat. Pinfall attempt, Julia in trouble. Kick out almost immediately means that there's no count coming through. Taking a look at the standings here in Division 1. If this matchup goes in favor of Julia, we could be in, well, it's a Julia-controlled league, and she will have to have a tiebreaker bout with a woman she's already beaten, Nia Jax. If Liv Morgan is to win, that's two ladies sat on 6 points as Julia, Northern Lights driver, bringing Liv down into the pin. A 2 count comes through. Trying to almost beat Morgan quickly. Maybe a costly effort. Inverted facebuster from Liv. And now setting up Julia, but Julia avoids the shot. That could have been that Oblivion, but in actuality, Oblivion's not going to be felt just yet. But as said, if Liv is to win this matchup, as this is the Northern Lights suplex, Hammerlock Northern Lights. Liv wisely rolling to the apron, avoiding Julia's offense for a little moment and getting away from being able to be pinned. Smart execution by Julia. But yeah, getting back to the topic. If Liv is to win this, we'll have another matchup. Well, tiebreaker standing breaker rules will be that Liv Morgan will finish above Julia in this division. But this is obviously all result pending as well. There will be the potential, if Liv wins, for a third lady in Division 1 to be on 6 points. And that woman is the undisputed Women's World Champion, Fallon frickin' Henley. The highest seeding that, well, Fallon and Liv can kind of achieve in this tournament is second overall in the women's division. To do that, obviously, there is contention with Big Time Becky, who is already currently on 6 points, losing yesterday to Nia Jax, and that is an important statement to make as Julia hooks up Liv, brings her up, brain buster, spikes her head into the mat, pinfall coming through from Julia. Could this be it? It could have been, but it's not. 2 count only going to come through there for the champ. But yes, contention with Becky Lynch needs to happen, and oh boy, there could be a potential 4-way dance for seeding in here. And the way that will work is a pretty interesting means as Julia catching Liv. Yet again, just negating the efforts that Liv Morgan's trying to go for here. Finally, Morgan back on the offensive. Around the world she goes. And where she lands is where Julia has her head flat on the mat. Julia fighting back though. Basement dropkick puts down the former Ruby Belt champion. Liv back into the ring, catching Julia and just sweeps the legs out from underneath her. Puts her in the drop zone, and not a place you want to be if you are Julia. Liv calls her up though. Off the top, she hits the crossbody and goes for an early cover. Liv not done as nearly much damage as what Julia has done to her. But still, Morgan getting the 2 count off the situation. Missing the over maneuver, and now Julia going back on the offensive. Big knee strike connects, dropping the former champion. And well, it's a setup. Liv slowly to her knees and eats the big knee. Arrivederci, Liv. Arriva freaking Dirty, no. Julia thought she'd done enough. I thought she did. But still, Liv Morgan fights on, but eats a second. Arrivederci and Julia into the cover. This is done. Dominance in this division for the Amethyst champion. She stepped up her game considerably in this performance. He just crushed. And that sets us up with a nice little date with Nia Jax and Julia. First seed in the women's division, still undecided. But we do know it's a rematch between the two breakdown champions. This women's division certainly has stepped up, and it still remains one of the most dominant in IPW. I look back at what we saw at Summer Lovin'. It was Nia Jax beating Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan beating Fallon Henley. Two different positions for champions now in IPW on Breakdown. And well, they both rise to the occasion and dominate this women's division, or the two divisions here in the Winter Classic. Obviously, unlucky for Liv, but she does set a solid standard for women's wrestling. And well, now we're in for a treat. Day before New Year's Clash, we will have seeding battles, tie breakers. We round out tonight's episode. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this weekend Winter Classic matchups. I'll see you tomorrow.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that stack, taking big